Guys, the highlights from Friday in the chat room at greatstockpicks.com. Had a fantastic morning today. We had several stocks on bounce watch today because the SPY was down 2 big days and then getting down to the 200 day. I really went into this morning expecting a bounce. I still don't take any trades off of that. We only trade what we see in front of us. But LGF was one of those potential bounce plays. 5 days down in a row. Now it gapped up today because of earnings. We had a trade like that yesterday as well. But look at the gap up and the run. Let me show you how I projected this to the room when it looked like this. When a strong stock, here's a little, I guess a tip if you will. When you have a strong stock that's really going to be strong all day, they tend to bounce off these 2-minute 8-period moving average, or at least if they get close to it, you tend to get the bounces there. Now there's no way to predict it, right? We might think, hey, LGF, I love the gap down. I love the 5 red days into the earnings, because you had a lot of sellers into earnings, right? So all those people that were short going into earnings now, they're stuck this morning, okay? So it gaps up, and so if it's going to continue higher today, this is the area we watch in our chat room, around the 8-period moving average 2-minute candles. Now, so I used this little base. I had the projector on so everyone can see it. It looked just like this when I projected it. I said I like it over this base, which would be right here. I ended up taking an entry at 1585, I think is where I got filled. Worst case stop's going to go below this base. Now, we're still, by doing that, we know we're in that area where if it's going to be a strong stock, it's going to run all day. Now, I'm not saying that when it looks like this, I'm not guaranteeing this is going to be a strong stock because of the gap up and the sell-off before earnings, but it has a chance, okay? And we have a nice low-risk setup here. So anyway, I grabbed it over this base. It could have easily triggered and come right back down, in which case then we'd start looking for the next possible area to try another entry. But as I show you right here, didn't take very long to know we were right, okay? And ended up getting through the high of the day. And really, let me switch to 5s here. Very, very nice move. The entry idea that I gave was 1585, stop about 14 cents below, and I think it went to 1689. The market's still open here for 20 more minutes, but I told everybody I think the market's going to grind the rest of the day, and we had a really nice morning. No reason to try to give any money back this afternoon. So that was, I think, my first idea of the day. CRUS looked just like this going into today. All right, so we already had this big sell-off and then another push down, and now we're nearing the 200-day, plus this 30 area has some price support. So this one I had on the member page on the watch list for today, not only as a bounce play, but in parentheses, nearing the 200-day. Okay, so let's go to 5-minute candles. And it actually gave us one of our favorite easy-to-read setups in a couple different ways. One, this was yesterday's close. Let me get the arrow going here. Okay, this right here was yesterday's close, and what did it do this morning? It gapped down. I love that. When I have something that's down several days in a row, and the bonus is that it was near the 200-day, but that's not that important. When I have something down several days in a row on bounce watch, and then it gaps down, I love that. That's one of my favorite. When they gap up, they become less powerful to me. If they trigger like we want them to. So it gaps down and then puts in a range probably for almost the first half hour. But here's the opening 5-minute candle. Very clear range, right? And then it's basing in the upper end of that range. I mean, this was a great setup. So the idea is a bounce play entry, or what we call a bounce play gap down strategy setup. I know that's a mouthful. We're going to buy a break of the 5-minute high, and our stop is going to go basically below this base. So the entry on CRUS, it looked like this when I projected it. Told everybody the high of day break would be 31.08. That's our trigger. Worst case stop, about 30 cents below. So a little bit wide, but that's okay. There's the trigger, and guess what? I mean, it just really didn't look back and went all the way up to 32.19. $1.11 move in our favor. And I mean, I can say 32 cents a share risk, but I mean, we were maybe at 1.6 or 7 cents underwater, and then it just got going. So CRUS, another very nice one. First Solar, FSLR. These are 5-minute candles. When it looked like this, I told everybody this one had a chance. The daily chart's pretty powerful on this one, and the fact that that it was, sitting, it broke yesterday's high in the early going and then was kind of flagging, okay? So one idea was I gave basically over this flag as an idea and a stop below it. Now that worked for anyone that took it. I didn't take it. There's the kind of flag break right there, and the stop would have been down here. I went ahead and called an official idea as a high of day break, because First Solar is one of those that when it lights up the new highs ticker, they love to pile in, especially lately. And so I just went ahead and said, let someone else do the heavy lifting. 24.81, worst case stop, about 20 cents below, and there's the trigger. And look at that. I mean, almost straight up to 25.37. And plenty of volume there. Could have had as many shares as you wanted. And a quick 56-cent move. And it ended up rolling over. Doesn't matter. People in our chat room know when we take an entry, be it here or here, and we get this shape, okay? I always say never look a gift spike in the mouth. Whenever you get 3, 4, 5 green candles in your favor, you should be a seller. All right. You can always re-enter if you think it's plausible or if it makes sense later. All right. And then so that was another nice one. And then CVC, Cablevision. This was another one that was on our list because it looked like this last night when I was looking at charts to put on the member page. And it was another one that not only down several days in a row, but nearing the 200 day. So I liked it a lot. Okay. Then when it looked like this, you had the gap down, just like I told you on CRUS. You had the same thing. You had a big sell-off, and then you had the gap down. I love that. So a break of the 5-minute high becomes the entry with a stop at the low of the day. Actually, this went down and then came back up. Stephen B. from Belgium, one of our all-stars, reminded us. I don't know why I always say he's from Belgium. I just think it's kind of cool. Maybe he hates that. I'll have to ask him. He went ahead and re-alerted it because we were watching a lot of things in the morning around 1466. With a low of day stop, which was 12 cents below. A great reminder that any one of us could have had. It holds the stop and then really gets going. That's a nice move for CVC. Went from a 1466, 12 cent stop to 1505. And again, straight up. Great call, great alert by Stephen B. I also want to give one of our members, his name is H-U-Y, not W-E. He pointed out Expedia. Let me try that again. EXPE on a 5 setup right down here. And I know Stephen B got it. I think we took it. I don't know how many. I didn't get this one, but 56.37 was the long idea with a 56.07 stop. So 30 cents risk, but look what happens when it triggers over that 5-minute candle. Look at that. It ends up going up well over $2, and a great alert by we. And Stephen B was kind of also chiming in, reminding everybody too. So I think that was all my calls from the day. I did not put out an SMS pick today. My apologies. I had a couple people yell at me. But the reason is because the SPY gapped down and then ran all morning. Keep in mind, SMS picks generally are stocks that are bottoming on the day, and I just didn't have a lot of that. They usually will occur in the middle of the day, but instead most stocks gapped down and then ran all day. So it was kind of a tough environment to find out an SMS pick, and I don't want to send one out just for the sake of sending one out. All right, I really want to like it. Anyway, quick glance at the SPY, and I'm going to start my weekend. So far, we've got a decent little half of a bounce, I guess, off the 200-day. At one point today, this was a solid green candle, and I said, hey, this is going to look like a nice daily now on the SPY. But if it doesn't close strong, who knows what to think Monday. Anyway, I'm about to ready to lose my voice. Have a great weekend. Just a fantastic day. And really, I tell you, you only need a few targeted trades on any given day, and you can have just a fantastic day. I don't think I had any losing trades today. Excuse me. That's not true. I had Sequinome. I lost about 3 or 4 pennies on. And MWW, I also took a flat on that one, but several members in our chat room made money on this. This was my only other call of the day, in addition to the ones I just gave you. And Sequinome, we had this nice narrow range after that huge trade we had in this yesterday. My call was on a high of day break, 635. It triggered right there. I ended up taking a flat when it didn't go because I had so many other nice trades working, but the stop was below that base. Absolutely held the stop, and it's closing pretty strong, 655. You know what, 20 cents is not a bad gain on a $6 stock, so I think we may still have some members in that one. All right, guys, I'm going to start my weekend. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.